Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Brenda B Show with just me. My brother was here this week, and he told me that I really need to keep the show going. Well, it's hard without my technical guy and my partner, the best musician and best singer ever, Deems. But I'm going to do it. And, if you follow me or you read my post or whatever, or you subscribe to our channel, you're going to see that a lot of what I do is tell my own personal experiences, which is like sometimes good and sometimes bad. It just doesn't really, it's depending upon the day. And this is me, no makeup. And since I'm older, I thought that it's my duty to share some of my experiences. So today, I was supposed to have another guest on the show, but unfortunately they had a gig and they had to work. So I'm going to talk to you. I don't have my girlie here, which a lot of you know if you follow me. That's my dear that I love. But today I'm going to talk about something a lot different. It's not music and it's not about music theory, but it's about people. And in my years, I worked for the record label for years and went on tour and did all the stuff that musicians do and sang. At the time, Deems and I had our own gig going, but the label would not let me promote me, or they would not let me sing, which was really kind of sad because, that was my gig. That was my thing. But I put up with it and I did it until I couldn't put up with it anymore. The artist that we had was in another country. She was in Poland. And she actually she came over here briefly to go on tour, but she went back to Poland and you can see her there. But anyway, today I'm going to talk about 10 ways to be a nice person. Now, perfectly from the musical standpoint, we go out there, and as we do in life, and we sing and we go to different audiences and we come in contact with different personalities. And, and sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes we see things that we don't want to see. We hear things that we don't want to hear. And we have to just kind of let it go. So I want to talk about 10 ways that I've thought of. And one of them is judgment. I've been guilty myself of this. Sometimes I'll see something or someone, and they might say something, and I might make a quick judgment of them. And I know that that's not good. So if I want to be a nicer person, I'm just going to have to give everybody the benefit of a doubt. So that was another thing. Another thing that I found to be a nicer person that really works is a smile. If you got a grumpy grump, they have the potato face and everything, and they don't want to, they're just so grumpy. Smile at them. It works every time because people can't be mean to you or get to you when you're smiling. And the other thing is that you don't let them get to you when you're smiling. Just say. When I was really into the Christian stuff big time, I used to say, "Satan, get behind me." And guess what? That worked. So that's my second thing. And another thing that we can do to be nicer people is to help people. We don't have to give them money. We don't have to give them our advice. But we can just help them if they ask us and if they need us. Me, I don't know if I'm still that now that I'm older, but I was like 5'10" and a half. And all the little old ladies in the supermarket always used to ask me to get things on a high shelf. And I want to tell you, it was a pain in the neck. I could never get out of the supermarket without telling somebody to get something on the high shelf. Nowadays, we don't have to worry that. We can order our food and pick it up at the front door. But so try to help people when you can. Even just a smile. I know a lot of in the music industry, a lot of people liked my artist. A lot of people subscribed to her and to me. And like my brother said, you should get people to subscribe to you. Well, I never asked. And sometimes you just have to ask, and people will help you. Like I have a friend, Jody Weber. Jody has been, and Rose, Tony, everybody, so many friends, but Jody has been there for me every single concert. Jody Weber, Joni Kershaw, my girlfriend Janine, all my friends have all helped me to succeed. So if Deems and I have a gig or a fundraiser, I don't expect it, but because of the love we share and the help we give each other, they're always there. And, and there's so many people that are there. If we just stop and check and think of all the people that have helped us, it gives us a bright, sunny day. The other thing I was thinking about is ignore haters. Now, today, politically speaking, there's a lot of animosity and hatred going on between the parties. There's no joke about that. Me, I don't care. I mean, I care, but I don't care to make a remark about it, because what good does it do? Because nobody listens to you anyway. You can write all the stuff you want, and people fact check it and they say it's not true. So right now, I try to ignore things. I mean, on occasion, sometimes I don't. If you're with me, sometimes I'll chime in. But on the best part, if you want to be a nicer person, sometimes you have to ignore a lot of things. So the other thing is service. Okay, I kind of goes in with the other things we said. Serve others. I do, sometimes for me, somebody will ask me to do something. And it's going to be a royal pain in the neck, because I got other things I got to do, right? We all do. But if we serve others, don't be a person that everybody takes advantage of. But if somebody sincerely needs help and they need service, you can serve them. And it's both good for them and for you. It's a certain humility and a certain kindness that we give that really helps us. So that's one. Okay, now my next one is be grateful. Now, to be a nicer person, you think being grateful has anything to do with it, but it does, because our own minds channel our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings, and a grateful heart, it can't be messed with. I mean, sometimes I think I did it on Facebook. I wrote down everything I was grateful for and everybody I loved. And, it's easy to be grateful for the people that are in your life and to be grateful for yourself, because each and every one of you goes out into this world at naked every day almost. I mean, we go out, we try to do the best we can and be the best we can, but we sometimes we run into roadblocks, just like in traffic. Oh my God. That's another thing. But being grateful is being grateful that, that car in front of you that stopped dead in front of you. Be grateful that you have a car. Be grateful that you're able to drive your car. Be grateful for the things that we have. And even if you don't have a car, if you don't have anything at all, there was times in my life when I was dirt poor, when I was raising my son. I was working 3 jobs, trying to make the mortgage and do that stuff. And I wasn't grateful. Trust me. But as soon as I was able to turn my heart around and look at the things that I had, then I became grateful. So having a grateful heart helps you be a nicer person to yourself and to others. All right, the other thing I have down is inspire. Again, back to the music industry. And he actually is a realtor. If somebody, you can help people, you can inspire them. You can inspire them through your work, through your plans, through words. Just try to be an inspiration to others. And that's really important. You got to look that one up yourself, because I'm not real good at on thinking about examples of that inspiration. If you guys got anything, chime in. And the other thing, 10 ways to be a nicer person, is to avoid negative people. Because there are triggers in life. And negativity is one of the things that can actually draw you down. I mean, I'll tell you, James and I gave a free concert one year, all right? And we had this lady that didn't want us to do it, all right? But guess what? I'm Brenda B. And I went and I arranged that concert. It was for Christmas. And I had this lady that was staring at me the whole time. She was so negative. She gave us the worst time ever. But guess what? I did not let her negativity. She sat there and growled at us all night. I did not let her negativity get to me. Because again, we cannot accept other people's negativity. We have got to look inside our hearts, inside our spirits, inside our souls, and pull that positivity out every day. It just happens, and it's really one of the things I think you need to be a nicer person. All right, and I have ready. What the heck is this? Ready plans? I don't know. I think to be a nicer person, sometimes you have to plan it. If you're going to go over that in-law's house, or that girlfriend of your son that you don't like, or whatever, anybody, you have to plan to be nice. You have to plan to be a nicer person. You have to plan to let people be. There's a book by Mel Robbins called Let Them. Now, I used to carry a lot of animosity towards my stepfather. But once I accepted that he is what he is and let him be who he is, the relationship got better. So we have to let other people be they are. And I really sincerely recommend Mel Robbins' video, Let Them. It's really inspirational to me. All right. The other thing is, oh my gosh, I can't even read my own writing. Positive attitude. I think I talked about that. If you carry positivity, if you're positive, nothing can bother you. You just got to put that in there. In my real estate business, I can tell you that being positive was the thing that made me a multi-million-dollar seller, because I didn't take adversity. I didn't say no. And it goes back to the music industry also, where, when we first did our first release, I knew that it was something I was going to do, and some people like it and some people don't, but I had a positive attitude towards that. Okay, and what the last one is, be patient. What is it? I can't read my writing, but again, partake in things, do things. It's easy to go into the negative mode, trust me, because of all the things that happened today. But we need to keep ourselves positive. We need to keep ourselves in walking. Like for me, my God, the Mother Earth, the animals, and everything, the sun, the moon, the sky. Everything puts positivity in my heart and light. I can look up in the rainy day sky and say, look at that dark cloud. It's going to rain and feed my flowers. It's going to snow and wash away all the debris and things. So we have to keep positive. So this is Brenda B signing off today. And my brother said to ask people to, what was it he said? It wasn't like, but something. I wrote it up there later. But I think that another thing we have to reach into is our families. I mean, some of us might have problems with our family and not like them and everything, but we have to let that go. We have to like ourselves, and that is the most important thing in life, to like yourself. You can do anything with faith, with like in yourself, with hope, and with joy in your heart. And just smile. This is Brenda B signing off. I hope everybody has a great week, And thank you. And I give that, another thing is give thanks. I give thanks for you, every one of you. And I thank you for being my friend and for listening to me. Happy week. Happy New Year.